It's going to create a hell of immersive experience, keep us engaged. Uh, but two, it has to be the most complex system, badge system that we've ever had on any 2K game. Join is just insane. We're gonna get into it here on this live stream. I still got questions myself. I've been scrambling this morning, so I couldn't really fully take it all in. What up, Darkness Wins? So hopefully on this live stream we could break down this stuff together because there's a lot of questions that need answers. We're gonna try to figure it all out. Let me just let everybody know we live. It is hella complex. A true no cap. What's good, y'all? BSN, John J. Salute to y'all, man. Manuel Garcia. Guap B, D Money in the building. It's very overwhelming. Selfless Gambino said. Who this? What's goody? King Sino. Damn, the homies are out there. We are out here. We outside. Now we need to figure out how to break this whole thing down. Let me if I miss your comment, I apologize. You can put it back in. Everyday J, what up? What up? Bulldozer badge looks something crazy. It's a combination of the bully badge and the clamp breaker badge. There's so much to break down, and we finna go right into it. Hoax, appreciate the love from Belgium. Salute to the homies that are outside the US. I appreciate y'all watching. It means a lot. Underrated reply guy. I wish, damn, these things are like, wow, you guys are in here. We out here. I guess folks got questions just like I got questions. The joint was so complex. I got the Core Site report, and as I'm reading through it, you know, all these video ideas are popping into my head, and I'm just like, there ain't enough time to get them out individually. I have to just kind of put it all out there, go live, connect with y'all, find out what y'all curious about. So that way I could make content that's more catered toward asking your questions or answering your questions rather. So definitely a tough position to be in because I do want to make the content, but man, I prefer to connect with you guys and find out what you're curious about. I just pulled up the badge information, certified ghost. Let me put it down real quick because the lighting is crazy and say what up to everybody who's here. Prime Ben Simmons 128 in the chat. Above 97, appreciate you. Jamal Blunt, 2K24 gonna be different. No more people sitting in the corner. Well, it ain't necessarily, that ain't what we got from badges. You know, the idea, the reason why it kind of accommodates folks who sit in the corner is because if you're just sitting in the corner and you're just a corner sitter, from what I gathered, the badges that you put to hit your shots because you're a corner sitter, what you do mostly in your game is spot up and shoot. Then those badges that accommodate that play style would get increased easier at higher levels. They want to be able to get other badges that are fall outside of their play style, but the badges that they will get will not only they'll be able to attain at higher levels, they'll be able to keep them at higher levels because they're consistently playing the same play style. It's when you explore outside of that you run the risk of dropping those corner sitting badges. At the expense of those badges, you'll then pursue different play style type of badges. That's the idea behind this. Well, definitely some wild news, man. Wild news. What up, no cap? I don't understand. 23 bill was fine. It was the gameplay. Well, that's what they're trying to. Well, from what I gathered so far, which we're going to review all of it, yeah. What I gathered so far is that they're trying to minimize meta builds. They're trying to create variety. You guys know in this Core Site report, if you didn't stick around for the whole video, they're going to have template NBA player template builds. So this way it could prevent you guys from making trash builds out there. You could choose an NBA player template. And you could also modify that NBA player template. So you could use that as a guide first and then modify it to like your particular play style. So these are not leaks. These are official. Yeah, I had already dropped the report. Yeah, I dropped the Core Site report. We went over it. Zidane Data in the building. Yeah, this is all official news. Yeah, this is not leaks. This is all official stuff. The Core Site report was just released, and I just went over it, dropped the video, and now we're live instantly, like super quick. I did that video super quick, just went over. It was a super long video, but man, the turnaround time was just like, we got to get this out and go live and then create some more content to answer some of you guys' questions. And that's what we're here for in this live stream. It helps me create a more intimate environment between me and you. We're able to get a little closer. pause, but I'm able to keep my finger on the pulse. That's what these live streams help me do. Keep my finger on the pulse, find out what questions you have. This way I could create content around it, and this helps the whole community. So your questions could help. If you got questions, put them in the chat. Grayson, what up, my G? What's goody, Deshaun? I just want to know if we have Perm 1v1 on next. They said I saw a 1v1 VR something. I forgot. What's good? What up, Brandon? What's good, man? Spin cycle badge. Yeah, we're gonna go over all of it. I gotta get my hands on this builder like meow. Facts. Tim and Tannis, what up? Couldn't even watch the videos. I just finished reading the Corsair report. That joint was long, bro. Pause. That joint was just so extra. Man, we have so much information to go over. Let's do this thing. Certified Ghost, Jesus, get a little closerly. Yeah, this is what these live streams are about. We're about to take a closerly look into the Corsair report for the new badge system. I'm making t-shirts next year with closerly on it. So it's a new word right out of the All City Puerto Rican dictionary. The only place you can find it is the All City Puerto Rican dictionary. Boosted AJ closerly is the word of the day. Spicy City today, yes indeed. They confirm badges decrease if you don't use them, and that's the big takeaway here, y'all. It's not only that, and there's badge perks to go into this. So badge perks allow for more progression per badge. So it's just so complex. And if you're not using your badge, then yeah, that badge level is gonna drop. This is where a huge amount of complications come into play, because we're doing this at 2K's discretion. And I could almost promise you guys that 2K is gonna get it wrong for a long time. They're gonna get it wrong for a long time. I could see the tweets and the 2K support tickets. I'm no longer getting badge progression on this badge. My badge is stuck. I could see it all happening already. There's 2K thinking way ahead of themselves without remembering where they came from, and all the issues they've had in regards to like things like badge progression or even level progression for that matter. What's gonna be interesting is the amount of grinding is gonna take to level up. Yeah, it's gonna take facts. And where can you grind those badges? Can you grind them in my career? Which way is easier to grind them, online or offline? And when I say offline, I mean playing those NBA games. They definitely broke down the acrobat badges into more badges. Facts. They surely did. Don't forget that random teammates can prevent you from playing your preferred style. Squads will be super important. That is an absolutely great point. And to help alleviate the idea that if you guys are running with randoms, you're going to sacrifice your badge progression. You guys know this already. You go out there running with randoms, you finna sacrifice your badges and badge levels. If you want to stop running with randoms like I've been preaching for damn near, 2 years, join our Discord and get to know some folks. And 2K24 is going to be imperative that you're out there running with folks that got your back instead of just wilding out there for the whole shot clock. And all these randoms are finna upgrade their badges at your expense. You don't want that to happen. Everybody could grow together. Join our Discord. Type !Discord and start getting to know some folks. This way you don't have to worry about dudes selling you and your badge progression out there in a random game. Shameless plugs is what we all about, but it's being smart enough to know when to plug it in. And this is, I am shameless when it comes to plugging our Discord, because our Discord is a selfless act, pure, just point blank simple. It's a selfless act that we dedicate a lot of our time into for the 2K community. This is just an absolute facts. All of us investing a ton of time with very little incentive that we receive. Very little incentive. So keep that in mind. You guys are all welcome to join as long as you're non-toxic. Non-toxic, trust me. We got goofballs that attempt to be non-toxic, but trust me, when they get on the mic with me, you know I'm going to keep it a buck with you, Goofy. I will tell you about yourself. You are not going to play a toxic role, be the bad guy in our community. It's not going down. Trust me, and I'm talking to individual folks. It's not going down in our community. Get up out of here. Take your argument to Twitter and see how far that gets you, goofy. Folks, being to be exposed for toxicity is no going down, man. We have no time for it. It's too much news for 2K24. You don't want the smoke with me. It's not going down. Good vibes. Hell yeah. Let's get it, man. All right, let's talk about it. Don't you hate dudes that think they're tough guys? Like, that's so annoying. Dudes want to be tough guys, and you're like, and I have somebody in mind in particular, and that's exactly what I had said to him in particular. You think you're some sort of tough guy, bro? What do you think the response was? Oh no, I'm not trying to be a tough guy. Oh no. But you go in and try and press our community like you a tough guy in the back, behind the scenes, you trying to press our community, talking about who's snitching in here. Man, imagine coming in my house, telling my folks who's snitching. Boy, I will grab your face and mash that into a wall somewhere. Stop playing with me. It doesn't happen like that. But let's get into the news, man. Let's get into the news. Right back on it. Let me pull it up. What up, Troy? Badge progression is going to put a stop to 5 out. We don't yet know. You know, folks are thinking, it says the Discord link is invalid. Does anybody else have trouble clicking the Discord link? Because I could adjust it right now. Double check to see if anybody else has had an issue to click the Discord link. Hello, Raw. Appreciate you. Tell him, City. The news is huge. Let's go, coach. So, does anybody else? Can we get somebody to type JP3? What up, man? Can anybody else click on the Discord link so that way I can find out if I need to put a new one up? Thank you, Rome, for putting it in. Amanda, what's going on? I think the turtle should go through Courtside Report. Looking forward to using the Bulldozer badge. You never see me this happy. I am happy about this report. I am super happy about this report. All right. It proves for a skill gap. There's folks that are, thank you for putting the Discord links in there, y'all. Is Nightbot up? Yeah, Nightbot is up, so Nightbot should be putting it in. But let's get into it. Enough of the nonsense. Let's showcase what we got. New badges. First of all, new badges. These are the new badges that we're getting for 2K24. The link is not working. All right, the Discord link worked for me. All right, T-Buckets link is good. All right, as long as it worked, Discord link works. All right, thank you, y'all. Thank you. Yeah, I think it is a complication because I've been having that link for years. So I think there is a complication with some of the folks who are clicking it. How you think badges will work on Rebirth? They decide to bring it back. I think the badge system is not going to fluctuate. It's going to be the same. So yeah, thank you for saying that, TJ. Knowing your role is going to be the most critical aspect of the game. Just because you run a 5 out, this is where folks are going to get mistaken. And I already heard it a few times in here that folks think that the 5 out game is dead because the other players that choose to spot up are not going to be able to develop particular badges because their play style will increase the badge levels for that particular spot up play style. But if that's your play style, then you have the opportunity to really get those badges at higher levels, which means you'll be a better spot up shooter. So I didn't gather from this information that 5 out is dead. That was the last thing I gathered because they assured us that those particular badges for spotting up will be increased to higher levels. And they address it here, which I'll explain it here. I'll show you guys. So you don't have to hear it from me. You could hear it from Mike Wang. Let me see. The beauty of the system. I think it's here. Yeah, it is around this area. Let's go, Kochi. Give me 1 second, because there's some we could just go through it, but there's some that I wanted to target. Here we go. The beauty of this system is that you are who you are playing as. You've proven which skills you excel at or which areas you like to gravitate towards. In the end, role players who have a singular focus or who have singular focuses will likely have fewer badges, but that's not a bad thing. But those badges that are fewer will be at higher levels. They'll be at more higher levels than well-rounded players who like to dabble with a little bit of everything. So for instance, say like the primary ball handler who really likes to create his shots, opportunities, it's gonna take him a longer time to develop his badges. And not only that, keep those badges at higher levels, because you got to consistently be working and activating those badges. Whereas a spot up shooter is every game knows his role is going to be consistently knocking down those shots and increasing his badge level. So that's the difference there. So the same argument we can make for like the game going away from 5 out is the same argument we can make for like a point guard who wants to do a pick and roll per se. He's only going to develop particular badges. For instance, spotter badges and things like that are not going to develop at a good pace. And then he'll have to stay within that play style, because if you dabble a little in different areas, it's going to be slow progression. And not only that, if you're not activating these badges, they're going to regress. So big stuff, man. It definitely does sound good. Let's get into it. To start with the new badges, which we went over in the report. Maybe we'll go W or L. Maybe we'll use W or L in the stream. How many we got in here? 454. 454 in the stream. Salute to y'all. Drop a sub if you can. Help us get to 100K. We're well ahead of schedule. Hopefully this happens this year. Let's talk about it. Float game. Is it a W or a L? A player's ability to make floaters and runners while attacking the basket is improved with flow game. There's like the teardropper badge. The badge itself doesn't say much, but the mechanic has changed drastically from what it once was. You used to effectively be able to use the float, or teardropper, I should say. You used to be able to effectively use that. What up, Nathaniel Diaz? What's good, man? So T-Buck is flow game a W or L? Spam it in the chat. Flow game. I think more so is about how they implement the mechanic to, the conversion for teardroppers. Is that slider going to be good? I see a lot of W's. Folks want the teardropper back they want it to be effective. I want it to be effective. I want that option that if a center is sitting way too low, just waiting for me to try to dunk on him, give me the option to hit the floater. Lyrically outspoken, $5 super chat. I think Hall of Fame permanent badges behind paywall seasons. We were going to get into that. It was a big question that we had. And a lot of folks are going to be disappointed with some of the mechanics that they're going to use to drive microtransactions. Definitely curious. I'm glad you brought that up. Me and All City Big Heck were talking about it. The Scooper badge. Scooper. Quick scoop layup shot chances are improved with the new Scooper badge. Quick scoop layup shot chances. So is that like would that be like the Steph Curry layup animation? Or is that what that'll be like? Is that what we're kind of talking about with the Scooper badge? Quick scoop layups. Layup shot chances are improved with the new Scooper badge. W or L for Scooper? I think it's unnecessary. Thank you, Irv Gotti. I kind of feel like it's unnecessary, yeah. When 2K, what up, lovely channel? Filet. Tim said L. Jesus said W. What's a quick scoop layup? I think it's something like the Steph Curry layup. Them badges underneath. You just kind of the animations underneath. You one hand and you scoop it up. I would love it if it's effective, but yeah, only on fast breaks. All right, Bunny. Now, Mike Wang, he did refer to Bunny, which I realized after I saw it was a badge. He did refer to it on a response tweet. But I'm like, I thought he was talking about bunnies, like hops, and he didn't use it in the proper context. So I made a mental note about it, like that doesn't even sound right, because in the NBA or in basketball, when you're referring to bunnies, you're talking about your hops. And somebody was talking about second chance points, being able to put back the rock after you get a board. So anyway, bunnies, hop step layups and dunks receive an increased shot chance with bunny. Hop step layups and dunks. Imagine we go back, Ayo Kimbro, what up, man? Imagine we go back to how the 2K20 hop step was. Imagine having all these badges and they make finishing super effective. We want control. I know I want control back. Two step. So let's talk about bunny. Is bunny a W or a L? Now bunny increases hop, step, layups, and dunks with the bunny badge. So is that a W or a L? Y'all sound off in the chat. Spin cycle drives finish with now I really like doing spins, but it says here spin cycle drives finish with a spin, layup, or a dunk will receive an increased shot chance ability thanks to spin cycle. In 2K23, now I've always been using spins, and this is like when spin dunks were a thing. I don't know if you guys know what spin dunks are, but man, was that like one of my go-to moves. W-ish. W, they're saying W. So in 2K23, for some reason, when you activate a spin, the homie is not even reaching for the rock, but the slight bump animation made you lose the rock. It made no sense. I said, what the hell is going on? We know you want to eliminate, what up, Tay to Go? We know you want to eliminate the spin dunk, but if I've really killed the man in front of me with a spin animation, let me complete the spin. I'm trying to activate some, or at least force the defender to reach before he's able to just make me lose the rock for no apparent reason. Spins might be OP. 999 from Ladarius. Appreciate you. Appreciate that 999 super chat. Salute to you, man. That was just for no reason too. So cool. Thank you for that. So that's the spin cycle. Two step. Now, it looks like they applied a badge for damn near almost everything you want to perform in the paint. I'm curious to see how folks are going to allocate their badges for finishing, because if you want to take advantage of all this stuff, man, you're going to have a lot of badge points. So definitely interesting. Two-step, cradle and Euro step layups and dunks receive a shot boost with two-step. Won't believe it until I play it. The badges in general are a W. There's a skill-based 2K. No more complaining. You're either good or bad. That's Hate Antonio. What up, Tay? You can't bring, Keith Turner said you can't bring anything about 2K23 into this game. It doesn't look like we can. That's absolute facts. It doesn't look like, it looks like 2K24 is going to be a whole new experience. Now, for veterans of the game, we understand the finesse. Like, we get it. We can see where you're applying finesse. You're trying to, I'll give you the devil's advocate version. It's more like you're trying to bombard us with a ton of information so that we can't end up seeing the flawed mechanics. That's from the devil's advocate, considering the idea that 2K24 may be flawed. The veterans know already when they see all of this what's gonna work and what's not gonna work. We get an idea ASAP, like that ain't working. Similar to the idea of badge progression, leaving badge progression and fluctuating badges in the hands of 2K. I'll give you an example. In 2K23, shot timing fluctuations were supposed to be when you're tired, you'll receive a tremendous amount of shot timing fluctuation, or when a defender is in the proximity, you'd receive shot timing fluctuations. What we come to realize in 2K23 is that you could be wide open and you'll receive a shot timing fluctuation. It's those type of inconsistencies that come into play when we're considering badge level progressions and fluctuating levels for each badge dependent upon your gameplay. I already see the tweets. I already see the complaints. The 2K support tickets. My badge level is stuck. My badge level is not progressing. I could see them all. I already know what type of time we're going to be on. $10 from Mr. Agent Threes. Sup, fam? Sounds like Locks got a huge upgrade and PG's got a downgrade based on the badge system. Locks will get their badges much faster than a PG who has to do everything on the core. That is a great topic of discussion. Like we were trying to, folks are saying that the 5-hour game is dead. And that is only, you're thinking that only because you're lacking the knowledge that you're lacking understanding on what 2K is trying to implement here. A point guard who tries to do the most is going to have his badges fluctuating consistently because every game you're going to play according to what the way the defense is playing against you. So let's say, for instance, for 10 games straight, I'll give you a perfect instance. For 10 games straight, you're playing against an elite lockdown that doesn't even allow you to shoot. What happens to your shooting badges then? When you solely got to focus on what I think is actually going to happen is we're going to have, depending on how offensive mechanics are going to work. Let me go into full screen here because this is definitely a topic. Let me go into full screen. Hold on. Let me put that down right quick. If you got to do everything for every game, and that's going to be determined on how the defense plays against you, 10 games straight, you're not able to take as many shots as you like, your shooting badge levels will decrease. They're going to regress because you weren't performing, activating those shooting badges. So we don't know what it's going to turn out to be until we get on the floor and figure out what 2K allows to be effective. Point guards are no longer going to slow down when they lose their adrenaline bars, although they will take a hefty penalty on trying to convert, whether that's for 2 or 3 points. So interesting stuff. I don't want to say yay or nay on anything because we don't know what those sliders look like. But I just feel like if you're a spot-up shooter, I believe, if anything, we're more inclined to stay 5 out. I think it's the point guards that are going to be, like, it just depends on how effective point guards are going to be. How effective can they be with, like, silver badges? Do you get what I'm saying? Do they need their badges at Hall of Fame? And to get those badges to Hall of Fame is going to be a hell of a task. Another thing they mentioned was that if you get your badge to Hall of Fame and then the badge level regresses, it's not going to be as difficult to get it to Hall of Fame again. Mike Wang referred to it similar to like riding a bike. As soon as you get back on, you'll be able to kind of get it back quicker. But he did also mention that those higher levels you'll be quicker to lose those higher levels. So we're just going to have to find out. The 2K community finds out every year. They find out which badges you need at extremely higher levels. And most people settle on something that's just consistently effective and not super goated. For instance, blinders, agent 3s, things like that. They were suitable at the gold level for most players. But you didn't need to get it at Hall of Fame. And that was a difference maker as soon as players found that out. Same with Limitless Takeoff. You could utilize it effectively as silver. At gold, it was better. You had a better chance of taking off, activating those animations. But folks learned that you can use it and activate those takeoff animations with silver. So, we didn't need it at Hall of Fame is what I'm getting at. And that's going to be a huge question going into 2K24. Let's get back into it. I'll pull this back up. Lights go on. Great question, by the way, Mr. Agent. Appreciate you. Mr. Agent 3s is a member in our Discord and highly committed to our Discord. So I appreciate everything you do off stream, on stream, and within our Discord. It means a lot. All City Big Red with a $10 super chat. 100K on the way. Truly appreciate your support, man. Means a lot. Everything that All City Big Red does within our Discord is just priceless. So definitely some big things to look forward to, man. 100K on the way. Appreciate the good vibes. Let's get into it. We did Precision Dunker. I've always had trouble saying precision. I sound extra Spanish when extra Puerto Rican, like the true Puerto Rican comes out. Precision. So I don't know what that's about, but maybe it's something I'll go to like a speech therapist for to help me work out precision. I don't know if you guys ever saw the Pink Panther when he's trying to say hamburger. I think that's the same problem. I need to have that type of tutoring for the word precision. Those who utilize the skilled dunk mechanic will receive an improved chance of flushing their dunk attempts with Precision Dunker. I don't know if a badge is gonna save. How will 2K determine if your opponent is tough? I don't think 2K determines that. I think that's gonna be, dependent on the defender and how much they've advanced their players. But Precision Dunker, in regards to using your dunk meter this year, is green or miss, yeah. So you can have a lot more people looking to equip this badge, but we need to find out how effective that badge is going to be at allowing players to convert those dunks. Should be a dub. I just pre-ordered. Let's go, Josh. Little Sauce, what's good? I haven't pre-ordered yet. But I might pre-order today. Yeah, the badges can drop. That's the whole basis behind these complications. Badges can drop, but also there's another option in there called Floor Setter, which we got to get into. Floor Setter allows, if I'm not mistaken, you guys could correct me if I'm wrong. Mind you, we're going through this together. I haven't had enough time to fully take in everything, but the idea behind Floor Setter, what I gathered, again, tell me if I'm wrong, is that you could lock a badge at that particular level. So if you want a particular badge to never drop, you set the Floor Setter on it and it'll stay at that level and won't drop below. Is that what you guys gathered as well? I'm not exactly sure if that's the exact idea, but they're locking, the crazy part is that they're locking this stuff behind the paid version of the season pass. So that's where they'll probably get us. If you no longer want your badge to fluctuate, go ahead and buy the season, is pretty much what I gathered. What a band on music. $4.99 from Spade. Appreciate the $4.99. Salute to the day drinkers out there, man. You guys started the Henny early. And there you go with the super chats, man. Super dope. Appreciate y'all, man. Get them Henny shots. Them boys out there like, I'm gonna give this guy. I effing love him, man. I effing love him. Oh man, good times. Good times. All right, hook specialist. Hook specialist, no love lost for post play aficionados. Brought back from the dead, hook specialist increases a player's ability to make hook shots out of the post. Along with that, they added post fade phenom, similar to hook specialist. Post fades receive a boost. So, are post scorers gonna be a presence on 2K24? What is that gonna look like? You make a big and learn all the mechanics, you're gonna be unstoppable. That was Keith Turner. This is where we get a little complicated, y'all. Chapo, what up?
Let's go, coach.
No way badge level is gonna be able to go down. Yep. Yes, that is what I understand with Floor Setter. Based on the tier, you can lock it. Some will be included in the base. There we go. Yep. They did mention some will be included. So I am right about that. Thank you, Tim, for clearing that up. City is my boy. Keep on keeping on, family. Yes, appreciate that, Joe. Thank you, man. Salute to you. This is where things get a little complicated, y'all. Look at the next badge, Open Looks. Now, please tell me, is this a W or L? Open looks as a way to encourage sudden opportunities. Open looks will enhance the player's ability to make wide open jumpers. Big Red with the $10 super chat. Let's get it. Glass cleaning finisher 2K24 for City. Doesn't sound like a bad idea. It does not sound like a bad idea. A glass cleaning finisher. If I do go the glass cleaning finisher route, I know that build. It's been one of my best builds that I made. I love speed, running the 5. 190, 249, European. Appreciate you, Hoax. Thank you, man. Just for the love. Bando Music says, sounds sus, man. Open looks, a badge to hit open jump shots. Will Stretch Biggs return. Good for low rating shooters. Thank you for saying that, Thorson. I appreciate you saying that. That's right. I didn't even consider that. Open looks may be a good badge for low-level shooters, and Mike Wang has already said that the 75 3-ball can be deadly. That's how you refer to it. 75 3-ball can be deadly. Might be dependent on the badges you have equipped on your player. Spot Finder I thought was really interesting, y'all. And maybe we could get into this because what I know too, and I'm gonna keep it a buck here with y'all. What up, Dame Espacio? I'm gonna keep it a buck here with y'all. 2K is known, and I need you guys to record this, share it, whatever. From my experience playing 2K, they're known to take a broken mechanic and apply a badge on it. A mechanic that's already broken, like glue hands catching the rock. Everybody loved glue hands, but glue hands came about because there was something broken in the coding. You should never need a badge to catch the rock. 2K never had issues catching the rock. When you're a veteran, you can see these things. When you play for years on end, you can see it evolve into what it turned into. Spot Finder is a badge by utilizing the get open mechanic, a new mechanic, pressing R2. Spot Finder allows players to receive a speed boost off the ball to get to an open space. And it increases your chance of knocking down the shot. But the complication, in my opinion, the complication in there is you're going to be doing this at 2K's discretion when you hit that R2 button. 2K and 2K23, I don't know if you guys experience the same thing like me, but in 2K, let's go full screen for this. In 2K23, I noticed that 2K had a real broken mechanic in how they moved their player on the pass, the lead type of pass animation. Oftentimes, you were trying to set up at the hash, the point guard passes the rock, and it brought you down to the corner or brought you in outside of where you were attempting to set up and spot up. This is what concerns me, is that I hope 2K is not taking a broken mechanic in how they lead those passes to now putting it on us and labeling, like putting a badge on top of it. Hopefully that's not the case. We're soon to see. We got to just get out there and see what's going on. How does that work online? Sounds like a left-right quick stop. For what? A spot finder? Let's get into the next one. Whistle, creating, there's another one. Will there be a badge that can stop us from going out of bounds on the baseline after a catch? Reminiscent of slippery off ball. Definitely reminiscent of slippery off ball, but I'm more so concerned with the animations, and I'm extra concerned with 2K deciding those animations that you're getting. Whistle is suspect. This is suspect. Creating contact and getting to the free throw line when attacking the rim or shooting a jump shot is improved with the new whistle badge. Do you see how this creates problems? Do y'all see how this could potentially create problems? I'll give you an example. An elite defender, an elite interior defender, all badges up, all attributes maxed. He's in the paint, in good positioning, goes hands up, which equals a good contest. If someone has the whistle badge, which is actually going, he attempts to drive on the defender who's going hands up. If someone has the whistle badge, they're going to increase the chances of getting to the line. Now, this is where issues arise, and this is what I mean by 2K. Oftentimes, from what I've experienced, I'm not saying it's the case here, but oftentimes what I've experienced is that 2K will just layer the broken mechanic with a badge. In 2K23, folks went up willy-nilly, didn't matter who was in the paint. They just went up, hit that square button, and go right up. And oftentimes they got bailed out with fouls, even though the interior defender, the center, was in there playing hands up and he made good positioning. A badge like this could undermine the whole process. Not saying that it is, but it has the potential to. $4.99. Let's see what's going on here. Spade, $4.99 super chat. Salute to you. I appreciate you doing that. It really means a lot. Said, I'm glad the badges drops, because if you rarely use a move, why should you have it on Hall of Fame? I always wish for 2K to make Hall of Fame badges truly Hall of Fame level. And I agree with that completely, because there's too many badges that, like, one badge at Hall of Fame functions and helps you make Hall of Fame type plays. And then another badge at Hall of Fame doesn't have the same impact on gameplay. So the idea of these fluctuating badge systems is a dope idea, but man, if I know 2K, they finna screw this thing up, and we're gonna be in beta testing for a whole year on badge levels. And 2K is gonna take that for 2 years to the community. Just says, unless they perfect the craft, I don't want to deny 2K their greatness. They have the potential to make this system absolutely great. Their track record with incorporating new systems like this is not so great. So that's where I stand as a consumer, as a player. I know that they have a history. They have a track record that says, hey, whenever you try big things like this, we got to go through a ton of problems. Will it serve as a good experience? Who knows? Beta is crazy. Ain't we in constant beta? The last 3 years we've been in beta. The last 3 years, 2K20 was solid, complete. You see, in 2K20, all they really had to fix was like things like finding your friends and joining your friends. Next badge up, another one. What was the free throw badge before? I don't know if you guys ice. What was it? Something. If it was ice, I think. I forget. 3 points. In clutch moments, knocking down free throws with the game on the line is improved with 3 points. You need a badge to hit free throws. You need that badge to hit free throws. If you know your free throw already, why do we need a badge to hit free throws, clutch moment or not? Why overcomplicate things, in my opinion? I don't understand it. Ice and veins, okay. Free throw ace, maybe that was it. Free throw ace, okay, folks are saying free throw ace. Why? There's a reason free throws are free throws. If you miss your free throw, it's because you have extremely low attributes. Leave free throws alone. Bulldozer, the biggest badge, the biggest change. Folks are finna go crazy for Bulldozer. A mix of a scoring and ball handling badge. Think of this as Bully badge version 2.0 with elements of the old Clamp Breaker badge. Bulldozer improves the player's ability to push through physical body ups and finish with physicality around the rim. Woo-wee! What do we think about Bulldozer? Is Bulldozer a W or L? Put it in the chat. I already know. I see the W's coming in. I already know the W's finna just flood the stream. I already know y'all. Y'all crazy. Y'all wanted Bully to be crazy. Y'all wanted it to be insane. It just wasn't. Let's see the W's rolling. I just got 2 and 1 dunks earlier. There goes the W's. Bully, Dozer plus precision dunker is a problem. I see W's. There goes W's. Certified said L. Tay said eh.
Let's go, coachy.
Bulldozer might be a must-have. Okay, it's pretty mixed. I thought it was gonna be heavy W's. I thought I was just gonna see W's rolling in. So it's good to see that y'all suspect just like I am, because Bully didn't work as much as we thought Bully was gonna work. Frank Daniel said L. Splash Bucket said Bulldozer is for bums. It really all depends on how 2K incorporates the finishing mechanics. And like, even despite as much like good information as we received today, it's somewhat irrelevant because 2K has the power to adjust these sliders. So we got to see what's going to be effective and then see if it's actually going to stay effective. Let's move on to ball handling and passing. Not much to see here, but relay passer is gonna give you, let me see, provides a boost to shooters in a pass to assist situation. Touch passer is a badge that I know a lot of us are gonna like. Players who quickly move the ball upon receiving it will get faster pass animations. Big driver, this is huge. Bulldozer and whistle together, OP. Yeah, exactly. Big driver, face up bigs, driving to the basket from within the mid-range area will receive an initial launch boost with big driver. And this is good. You know why this is good, y'all? I'll explain why big driver is probably a badge that has been needed in 2K for the longest time. For instance, in 2K23, I have a 7-footer, and I'm pretty sure it was a 93 driving dunk. But because I couldn't develop momentum on the breakdown, you know, that first dribble move, he moves so slow. Because I couldn't develop momentum, I would rarely, if ever, develop enough momentum to take off. So I think that's where badge like Big Driver comes into play, because you'll get that speed boost forward, which will give you the momentum to take off and utilize that high driving dunk on taller players. Oftentimes, a lot of big players, because they don't understand 2K, they put an extremely high driving dunk and they're doing nothing but layups. That's because they're not able to get that momentum to activate that driving dunk. They get bodied up before they even able to activate that driving dunk. It's something that I've been doing for a while, and it started with the glass cleaning finisher build, and why I always like speed on my big man builds. Physical handles. During physical body up interactions, player with physical handles have a higher chance of winning the outcome following a dribble move. And this is where this is huge, because remember, the body up animation from a defender is supposed to make that ball handler lose an adrenaline bar. If badges like physical handles help prevent the body up in the first place, then maybe they won't be losing an adrenaline bar, which allows them to convert, whether that's a shot opportunity or a drive. So definitely stuff to, yeah, momentum facts. DC Chavez, a lot of players in the 2K community don't understand how momentum, and this is something that good slashers learned really early. It's all about the momentum. So if you're unable to develop momentum, then you're gonna get a weaker finishing animation. All City Big Red with the 2K Labs is in the building. Thank you, Red. Thank you for saying that. 2K Labs, salute to the good folks over at 2K Labs and everything they do for the 2K community. If you guys are looking for that go-to information, see how complex this badge system is? If you guys are looking for that go-to information, consider joining NBA2KLab.com. If you want their premium service so you can get all the jump shot information,
Let's go,
sign up for
Coachy.
NBA 2K Labs Premium. Use promo code ALLCITY. Save yourself 20%. Physical handles is definitely an interesting badge. What is that going to mean for the adrenaline bars and how effective these ball handlers are? These are questions that need answers. Speed booster, a perimeter only. Oh, speed booster is for playmaking and ball handling, a perimeter only quick first step badge. Speed booster will allow for quicker launches when coming from a standstill dribble animation. Woo-wee. We see a lot of badges for offense, a ton of badges for offense. We're going to get into the defense as well, because for defense, it is huge. Big changes for defense. Triple strike, players excel with triple threat launches and jukes at a higher rate with triple strike. 2K has been for a long time tried to implement this type of badge, and it's never worked out. And the good folks over at 2K Labs has run tests on all these badges. So I imagine they'll be running tests on triple strike to see the effectiveness and whether or not you guys should consider using a badge like triple strike. It's going to be a badge that I try out, as I like working out of the triple threat animation. So I'll put it to the test myself as well. Now let's move on to defense, because this is where some of the biggest changes come into play. This is what's going to determine a lot of what we're going to experience on 2K24. Can the defense keep up? The first badge on the list, fast feet. If you guys been following the channel, it makes my hair stand up, man. Because if you guys have been following the channel, One of my biggest issues in regards to defense and keeping up with all this offense is that the offense has always had an opportunity to speed boost. One Shy King with the $4.99 super chat. We're going to need all the tips. Hold on. We can get this year. That's a pause, by the way. But I appreciate the $4.99 super chat. One Shy King said he needs all the tips he can get for 2K24. A salute to you, One Shot King. Now, one of my biggest arguments that you guys know if you've been following the channel is that, you know, defense never had an opportunity to speed boost, and there should be a cat and mouse game. If the offense can speed boost, give the option to the defense as well. This way, it could have more strategic value between the one-on-one. Fast feet. It wouldn't be fair game if only offensive players received speed boosts. Fast feet can be looked at as a quick first step badge for defenders, allowing defensive specialists to stay in front of shifty ball handlers. Is that a W or a L? Sound off. This is the first time that 2K has ever implemented a badge like this. Speed boost for defense is huge. I can't wait to make a video on this. I can't wait to see the outcome of this. W or L? Please put it in the chat. W or L for fast feet. 2K finally giving defense what they deserve to keep up with offense. Wheezy in the building. W's. There we go. There goes the flood of W's. That's what we're talking about. I believe it to be a W as well. Don't let me influence you. If it feels an L, please put an L in there. But it looks like we all agree that there's a W. There's two aspects to the game, y'all. And I think 2K is finally realizing this. And this largely in part due to the community's love of basketball. We love basketball, not only offense. The other half of basketball is defense. Let's not dumb the game down. Let's not water the game down solely focused on offense. Let's bring strategic value back to 2K. Mr. Agent Threes with the $5 super chat off the Henny. Much needed badge. We'll see if it actually works though. Big facts, Mr. Agent. Big facts. Is it gonna work? None of this matters if 2K sliders are just like favored or leaned towards one way. And this is what I keep trying to stress, and I say this to y'all consistently. All of this, whether the badge system, the build system, will prove to be irrelevant and more so dependent on where 2K allows those sliders to be. In other words, they increase finishing sliders, undermine defense. If they increase defensive sliders, undermine badges on offense and effectiveness of offense. So it all depends on where these sliders are going to be. Hopefully they're at a balanced place, but we're not going to know. We're going to be the guinea pigs for a good little while to figure out if these sliders are set up properly. Little Lord, Liddy Lord, 199 super chat said, I need my, hold on a second, because there's about to be another pause moment. I already see it. Hey, yo. Yeah. Hey, yo, I'm gonna read it off. This is not me talking. This is Liddy Lord talking. Appreciate the 199 super chat. Liddy Lord said, I need my D as strong as yours, bro. Give me tips. That's all, Liddy Lord. You own that joint, bro. That's all yours, bro. You can have that one. Appreciate the wow. This is getting spicy. You see what happens when you day drink? You see what happens when you hit that shot of Henny early?
Kochi.
You start getting wild out here. It gets wild. It's not defensive assist. Hold on. Adam said, no, it's not Adam. Hold on a second. Who was it that said that? Bat Out of Hell said, you're asking for defensive assists. So unfortunate. We see all of these things listed for offense. And the very first thing that I covered for defense, someone asked, are y'all saying y'all want defensive assists? The veterans of 2K know
Let's
that
go,
defense
Kochi.
has always been a step behind of offense. Always a step behind of offense. The very first thing I read off for defense, folks are like, what are you saying? You want help on defense? You can't guard the man yourself? No, 2K doesn't let you guard the man yourself. That's what we need 2K to step in and help increase defense. 50 boy Jew 499 super chat said W badge, but offensive players will complain. Hopefully they don't nerf the badge though. Hopefully they don't nerf the badge. We need offensive players to adapt. Hopefully offensive players in here can adapt. Hopefully they understand what happened to 2K23. So curb your complaints. Do your best to curb your complaints because you don't know what your complaints could turn this game into. In my opinion, 2K23, upon its release, was one of the top 3 games ever released for 2K. In my opinion, also, at the end of the year, at the end of the annual cycle, 2K23, in my opinion, is now considered one of the bottom 3 2Ks ever released. My opinion. How in one annual cycle we were able to go from my opinion is irrelevant to y'all, so be it. Doesn't matter. I'm just one player just like everybody else. But in the beginning, we're up here with it. True potential, true skill gap, true defense, true damn. Let the players develop and then. Nah, 2K made the changes, turned it into that. From that very first change with steals, everything else went downhill. So be cautious with how you make your complaints, because if you don't have your badges up and you don't have your attributes up and you out there making complaints, you could change the game before it even starts. So yeah, keep that in mind, y'all. Chris McLean, appreciate the sub. Next badge up, which is huge as well, y'all. Right Stick Ripper. If you guys don't know, for 2K24, they had this mechanic in 2K23 as well, where you could use your right stick to get in a passing lane or steal the rock. And depending on whether you choose left or right on your right stick, that's the hand you would swipe with. But oftentimes what I noticed on 2K23 is that if I hit the right stick in a particular direction, it won't even react at all. This oftentimes. So hopefully they fix that portion of the mechanic, because with the right stick ripper, it says those who utilize the right stick steal mechanic will receive a boost on steal attempts with right stick ripper. Stephen Wolf 199 super chat. Dang, City, I gotta go get a backwood. Don't go nowhere. Do your thing, man. We'll be here. There's a lot to go over. So we'll be here for a little while. We're already an hour in. It looks like this is gonna be a long stream. I had a feeling it was when I considered how long that video I did was, talking for so long. Well, right stick ripper, I love the idea of us being able to use our right stick to, you can still hit the square, you can still hit the steal button, yeah. But you also have the option to use the right stick. They definitely needed to overhaul that mechanic, so hopefully they did for 2K24, and hopefully we got some more sense. Because too often, you're reaching with the right hand. You know that ball should be coming loose because the defender the ball handler has the ball completely exposed and the defender has a 99 steal. So hopefully 2K does make this better. All City Big Red with the $5 super chat says, Hex said Rebirth sets badges to silver automatically. Interesting news. Appreciate you sharing that, Heck. On a Rebirth build, all your badges get set to silver, so it looks like silver is going to be like the baseline for Rebirth. We just got to see, because we're not going to know the effectiveness until we get out there for each badge, and the level of effectiveness is going to be determined by the competition you're playing against. So in the rec center, they may have a set standard, but if you take that competition to a higher level, you're probably going to have to reach a higher standard. Right stick ripper, I like the idea of that badge. More control over your steals combined with glove. Yeah, I like that idea. Immovable enforcer.
Let's go.
Now this is huge too, yeah. This 2K might expose all those dribble gods. I actually beg to differ, Adam. I think the dribble gods are gonna expose the 2K community. We'll see what happens, but I think dribble gods are gonna shine. Remember, there's no slowdown after you use the adrenaline boosts. After you use up all 3 of your adrenaline boosts, you're still moving just as fast. The penalty is supposed to be an impact, a heavy penalty on your conversion, whether that's 2 points or 3 points, whether you're on a drive or you're taking a 3-point shot. There's supposed to be a heavy penalty. That whole process can be completely undermined if 2K allows folks to hit their shots with no adrenaline bars. Again, this is why I say that 2K slider adjustments is what's going to determine how effective these new implementations are going to be. Immovable Enforcer, a direct counter to the Bulldozer badge. That's a hell of a long-winded name for a badge, but Immovable Enforcer. I'm going to have trouble making videos about that. Just like that precision. My Puerto Rican comes out of me. A direct counter to Bulldozer. Immovable Enforcer allows defenders to win physical matchups when it comes to body ups and contact layups. So we've seen a lot of badges helping offense get past defense. Well, this badge in particular prevents offense from getting past defense, or at least helps prevent that from happening. Remember that Mike Wang said for 2K24, your attributes are more important than your badges. What do you think about that statement? He didn't necessarily say, I get what you're getting at. He did touch base on that. Attributes are going to matter. But in 2K24, the badges are going to increase attributes. So I don't know how it's going to work on the defensive end. But again, I believe this all boils down to the effectiveness of these sliders and balancing out the sliders on their end. They could put all the mechanics in. They just need to make sure the sliders are set at a good level. And I don't know if that means putting everything at 50-50. Hopefully that's how it works. Everything's at 50-50. Offense got a chance, defense got a chance. And then it boils down to skill level, badge loadout. What are your badge levels? How? And I'm wondering if there's fluctuations for defensive badges as well. Mr. Agent says sounds like Anchor, but it sounds like Anchor body ups and contact layups. Well, they mentioned body ups. It does sound like Anchor. Let's see if they have the Anchor badge there. I was wondering if this would take place, Immovable Enforcer would take place higher up in the court, like towards the perimeter, or if it is just something toward the paint. 94 feet, a player, and this is huge here too. This goes to the lockdowns. Equal rights, equal fights. Facts. This goes for those folks. We know that we've seen a lot more lockdowns attempting to start the full court press. 94 feet is supposed to help those type of lockdowns that are full court pressing you. Players with 94 feet receive fewer body up stamina hits and improved body up wins. This is huge. That does 94 feet does kind of solidify the idea that Immovable Enforcer is something like Anger is going to be activated more towards the paint than towards the perimeter. Because 94 feet says that you receive fewer body up stamina hits, which allows, if you have more stamina, you get more optimal animations, and improve body up wins when pressing full court. It says, don't worry, those who do not have this badge will regret pressing full court. Rome is dope with the 199 super chat. Y'all make sure y'all like the stream and subscribe. Appreciate you saying that. Yes, you watching right now could help us hit 100K subscribers. You can get us one step closer. Consider subscribing to the channel. We do this daily. It's not like your subscription will be made in vain. You can subscribe and help us get one step closer to 100K. And we will be doing this consistently, daily, day in, day out, live streams, videos, everything you need to know about 2K. We got you covered. Badges removed. All right, badges removed. Yeah, I didn't even see this the last time. Thank you for subscribing, Beats Brandon. The badges removed. Limitless Takeoff removed from the game. We knew this. Bully, Clan Breaker, Menace, Mismatch Expert, Quick First Step removed from the game. I thought I would never see that day. I ain't gonna front. I'm cheesing right now. Vice Grip, Amped, Clutch Shooter, Floor General, and Volume Shooter. Badges that have all been removed from the game. Fewer bigs going to full court press. Facts. I don't know why them bigs with full court pressing. It was like a joke every time we seen them bigs full court pressing. What up, David Bryant? No amped. Amped is removed from the game.
Let's go, Coachy.
Homies, Tim say gonna miss floor general.
Let's go, Coachy.
All right, there's still a bunch more information. That's not it. That just covered the badges because it gets a lot deeper. There's huge news. It'll take us away from the badges for a second. Quick first step is gone. Venoris, appreciate you being here. Rest in peace, volume shooter is getting way too complicated. Cheese in my pocket said, I think it'll be simplified when you get on the game, but I know it does sound hella complex. 750 in the chat. Appreciate y'all being here, man. Keep them subscriptions coming in. Interesting stuff. At the start, and this is huge, y'all. The Lord Still Love Me said R3 to dunk and square. X to layup is needed ASAP. Well, that's kind of... Oh, I got what you're saying. So you can't dunk using square. I got you. Well, I don't know if that's going to come into play because the right stick or the dunk meter is going to be a green or miss type of year. So right stick dunkers are going to have to be more skill-based to be effective. So that's a huge change for finishing. Although you still can get contact dunks, yeah. You're still going to get contact dunks. Yeah, quick first step is split into other badges.
Let's go, Coachy.
Floor general will be back in 2 years called floor conductor. Facts. Marathon the Boogie said with the $4.99 super chat, thank you for making that happen. I bet they didn't improve inbound passing. Appreciate you joining as a pro, Mr. Agent. If you guys would like to join as a member, just type !join and you can become a member as well. You get a badge by your name. But the homie that was saying Marathon the Boogie said, I bet they didn't improve inbound passing. So I want to let you guys know about that in case folks think they didn't improve inbound passing. From what they talked about this, by the way, Mike Wang said that they had to generate those inbound passes in the past because throughout motion capture, they had nobody set up inbound passes during their motion capture sessions. They said with the new Pro Play option, they were able to capture inbounding. So we should see improved inbounding in NBA 2K24. It's definitely something I'm going to keep an eye out because in 2K23, it was the absolute worst I have ever seen in any 2K game. Inbounding. Who would have thought? But supposedly it's fixed. Now, this is where things get crazy, and I think a lot of you guys are going to like this. Is in regards to the builder. And this is going to prevent a lot of you guys from creating trash builds. I can't tell you how many trash builds I have seen on 2K23. And it's not to disrespect anybody. They're using the attribute system and applying attributes that they think are going to be useful. Unfortunately, because they're unaware of 2K's gameplay mechanics, we learn ASAP that particular attributes aren't necessarily useful. Or some may go too high on an attribute or whatnot. Well, Coach Z, a member for 1 month. Are we going to appreciate you, Coach Z? Are we going to be blessed with 2K Day gameplay stream? Yeah, I will definitely do a gameplay stream. I will definitely make that happen. I appreciate you sending that super chat in or becoming a member. I will definitely do a stream, but we're approaching 2K24 very differently. So I don't know how that stream is going to look. I have to get in the game and see what it's about. Here we go. At the start, let me let that thing go down. You can choose between creating, and this is crazy, yeah. You can choose between creating your own custom player or new to NBA 2K24, starting with an NBA player template. A variety of player types are among the handful of NBA players chosen for the templates feature. The player templates are also customizable. So you can use that template to generate like a guideline of, say, I want to like a LeBron template. And then I just want to add more 3-pointer. I could use the LeBron template as a guideline and then increase my 3-pointer and take away from wherever I need to take away from. But if you wish to do so, you can accept the player as they are and start your career. Is that a W or L? Player templates. This prevents, I think, is good for casuals. Again, this is 2K's way of making the game more accessible. Casuals don't have to worry about making trash builds. They could literally see LeBron James, Steph Curry. Bam, I want that type of player. Okay, Kevin Durant, I want him. James Harden, I want him. You know, so I think that's good. TE, thank you for becoming a legend. Man, them boys ripped off the Henny. Let's go. Appreciate you, TE. Yeah, I think folks are saying W. Marathon the Boogie said it's a L. I think it's a W. I don't want folks to make trash builds. I feel bad for folks who make trash builds. They make it based on the assumption that 83-point shot is good. And the 83-point shot is good. It ain't like it's bad, but it's not what a 92 3-point shot is. So what they do is they go check percentages of the NBA players. Super W, All City Big Red, $2 super chat said Super W for templates. You see, what happens is, what I think we don't take into consideration is that there's going to be a lot of new players on 2K. And they go in under the assumption that, well, you know, the best 3-point shooters are 40-some%. So if I have an 83 ball, then I'm going to hit at a good percentage. Negative, coach. It's not going down like that, man. You need to understand 2K. So because they don't understand 2K, they put themselves in positions to make trash builds. Hopefully 2K doesn't troll the community and give you guys trash templates. I highly doubt they will. But at least now they have an option similar to back in the day with archetypes to create better builds. And not only that, modify those templates to create the build that you actually want. So wasting money on trash builds was a huge concern. Facts. That's exactly what I'm getting at, Loudy. It was a huge concern. It's a huge reason why. So there's a W in regards to 2K's integrity as a brand and giving the community an option out there so you don't make trash builds. It says something about 2K for me. It doesn't speak much, but at least it's an option. At least 2K is not saying, we want you to make trash builds, because then you end up making another one. So hopefully that is dope. Does Floor Settler transfer over to a different build? I'm not 100% certain about that. Maybe somebody in here can confirm. 71% from 3 is fire. You can use the templates and then tweak it to your liking. Facts, Lucky Spumoni. That's exactly what we just said. Yes, indeed. All right. On to the next. If you're going the custom route or you're customizing a template, you immediately notice some changes to the attribute builder page. Takeovers are no longer a part of my player builder process and are now available to you during real-time moments in game. If you guys don't know, you select your takeover on the fly and you could choose different takeovers for each time you get to activate takeovers. Takeovers apply +10 to your attributes in whatever particular category you choose. If you get like a Mamba mentality takeover, then you'll get +10 to every single one of your attributes. So pretty dope. Hoax with the 599 says Zach Timmerman just tweeted something really important. I'll check into that. I appreciate you letting me know, Hoax. Takeovers are no longer a part of the builder process. Where was I at? Here we go. And now available during real-time moments in the game. Badges have been split into 4 tiers. S tier, A tier, B tier, and C tier, with the S tier badges being regarded as the best of the lot. Sticking to the course from NBA 2K23, a player's height determines tier assignments, and each badge has a unique set of attribute requirements for unblocking the use of the badge. Pretty dope. Each badge has a unique set of attribute requirements for unlocking the use of the badge. So you're gonna have to get your attributes to a certain level to unlock the particular badge. In terms of archetype improvements, more emphasis was placed on preventing meta builds. Huge. Because the community, a lot of people, do you know that a lot of people in the community blame the community for creating builds that have the best advantage? And I can't, it sucks because I can't. I was having this talk with Anonymous 2K throughout one of the Twitter spaces. And the homie was saying that he blames the community. And I'm saying, not that he solely blames the community, but I understand his point. But I'm saying I can't blame the community at all. He's saying, nah, they got to take part in it. And I'm saying, that's $100 bill. Who am I to tell somebody else how to play the game if they're solely just using their controller? So whether that's creating a meta build or that's taking advantage of exploits in 2K, my argument was that if the mechanic is broken and the player just exposes that broken mechanic, who's at fault? Players are not developing the game. Players don't have 25 years of experience coding the game. 2K development has all that experience. It's bound to happen, but I could never blame the player. However they want to have fun, they spent their money. They just have a controller in their hand. So it's difficult for me to blame the player. I understand when we talk about sportsmanship and how it's unsportsmanlike, but I can't blame them. We're going to have unsportsmanlike players in the community, and that's just what it's going to be. But it's up to, I think it's 2K's responsibility to, like they said, in terms of archetype improvements, more emphasis was placed on preventing meta builds. And they go on to explain attribute caps for various size combinations saw a positive overhaul. Max heights / weights were updated per position. Also, a focus was put on archetype naming system to ensure that the names are descriptive of the player as possible. So that's huge. We're not going to see inside out scorers at 7 foot and 6'5". Hopefully that changes, because you never knew what you were going to get with an inside out scorer. Content creators and 2K to blame. Devs fault for sure. Yeah, because again, like for the folks that think content creators have any influence over what happens in 2K, I'll give you guys a perfect example. Agent is probably one of the largest content creators out there. Agent had an ongoing battle with 2K because they just wouldn't hear him out. He spent years trying to implement certain things into 2K. He spent years on behalf of the community trying to influence 2K gameplay development decisions. And all of that was done in vain, and he knew it. He said it. He spoke on it. We have no influence over 2K development. I wish more folks would understand that. Uncle Demi just validated the statement I just made, saying that YouTubers think we have this gigantic world, but in regards to 2K player base, we make up a tiny portion of the 2K player base in 2K world. So run that by me again, how we could be responsible for anything that's going on in 2K. No going down, man. It's not going down. We like to think we're the biggest aspect of 2K. Negative, Coachy. There's so many players on the game, and they don't even go to YouTube to watch not one video. So, I don't, I speak facts. This is when I just mean to say, I don't think that creators have that much influence. If we did, we see a ton of gameplay changes. And I like the idea that we don't have that much influence, I gotta tell you. Yeah, Agent, we know Agent to be a GOAT in the community. We know that. Anyway, we'll keep this thing going. Because we could end up going down a rabbit hole for that. All right. Let's get into I think is So we got some icons here. The bunny badge. Looks like Comeback Kid is back. We got the Float Game badge. Open Looks badge. Got some good icons here. 199 from Stephen Wolf. Made 99 dunk and 85 three balls. Don't blame me. Blame 2K. There you go. Yeah. Thank you. That's how I see it too. The Whistleblower says here, the following attribute criteria must be met before this badge can be equipped to your player. So it has the requirements. 92 three ball. No, it's at 92. 73 ball, 63 ball, 82 three ball for gold, 92 three ball for Hall of Fame. Current perk applied. Scholar. Okay. It says here, in games, badge levels are determined by badge usage, meaning this deep, y'all. This is where everything gets complicated, y'all. In games, badge levels are determined by badge usage, meaning how often they're firing off in game. Over time, from game to game, your usage and skills with the badge are being evaluated, and your badge level will start to trend towards the level that matches your play. Dandara with the $5 super chat, bro. Those Easter egg bills in 2K23, hold on, were basically templates, and they were super trash. That's facts. They were basically templates. I was thinking of that. But hopefully folks are just gonna see the template and make the adjustments accordingly. Badges with high usage and success will trend towards higher levels within your potential, while badges with lower usage and success will trend towards lower levels. There is a floor though, y'all, because you'll never drop below bronze. Mike Wang also said, like riding a bike, if a badge drops below a level you once had, you go from gold to silver, regaining that level takes less time than it did the first time around. Certain badges are also protected from games in which they cannot fire off. For instance, like the relay passer badge in a 2v2 game, you can't perform a relay pass because there's only one other teammate. You don't have to worry about that badge losing progression. Losing a level. So a pretty dope system, man. But a system that a lot of you, what up, Slim? A system that a lot of you guys are gonna be frustrated as hell with when you see them badges drop. The idea here, y'all, is that you gotta start paying closer attention to the badges you have equipped. The idea also here is that you want to equip badges that suit your playstyle, because if you're not activating badges, there's no sense in having them equipped. They're gonna be useless and drop to the lowest level. So it looks like, appreciate the sub, Slim Throat. Appreciate the subs, yeah. It really means a lot, and the follows. So again, it looks like 2K is trying to create a smarter community, and smarter in the way in which they react to these badges. Because what most players end up doing is they go online, they find out the best badge loadout, and they try to just equip that badge loadout, even though they're just spot up shooters. They got Agent 3s on, and they never take a step back or leaner. And you look at this stuff and it's like, homie, just read the badge description, bro. Do you ever take a step back and leaner? No, I don't. Well, then why do you got the badge on? So hopefully we come to that point in the 2K community that they see themselves, that 2K is saying, why do you got the badge on? We're going to drop you the freaking plastic or you know, blinders on tinfoil. You know what I'm saying? So it looks like we're headed down that road, and I think that's a W, but it's going to be a hell of a process for players to make that transition. I think they're going to have a hell of a time trying to make a transition. Mika said, I'm not trusting no low 3-ball. I'm not trying to make 4 or 5 bills. I'm not trying to make 4 or 5 bills either, especially no money spent. So let's talk about perks now. This is towards the end of it, y'all, because now you have the opportunity to apply perks to your badges, and these type of things will help increase your badge progression. Some of them are high risk, high reward type of perks. We got Overdrive, Immunity, Drill Savant, Scholar, but they mention everything they have right here. Badge perks are prizes that provide various benefits to the progression of individual badges. The badge perks page consists of slots that the user can fill when unlocked. There are 4 slots per perk, with each slot representing a different badge tier. A badge can only have one badge perk applied at a time. Here are the badge perks. Overdrive increases badge level progression in games. You have immunity. It slows down badge level regression in games. So that's huge for y'all. Say, for instance, you're a point guard and you take leaners and things like that, but you may come across players some high elite defenders, high IQ elite defenders. You'll put on immunity. So knowing that you're not going to take as many shots because of that high level defender, you're going to put on immunity to slow down the regression. So you're not dropping a badge level damn near every game. So that's one idea on how to use it. Drill Savant, you guys could share your ideas as well. Put them in the chat. I'll be getting to the comments in just a second. Drill Savant increases badge level progression in team practice facility. So that's pretty dope. Scholar, a risk/reward perk that gives a significant increase in badge level progression for player versus player games. If you finish with a high teammate grade, it says finished with a high teammate grade. However, it comes with a risk. You will receive no progression for the badge if you do not finish a high teammate grade. And there's a rotational season prize. Winner circle, risk reward that gives an added boost in a badge level progression for player PvP games that result in a win for the user. So if you take a L and you have this perk on, you will receive 0 progression for the badge if you lose the game. So these are like those high risk, high reward type of things. High risk is a perk, increases your badge level progression for PvP games with a badge usage, but accelerated regression with the lack of usage. So what you're going to see here is that folks are going to be applying these perks, applying these badges, and they know when they get in the game, they're going to have to activate these badges. If they go the game without activating their badges, they're running the risk of losing the level on that badge. So for instance, if folks mid-game have, say, something like what we knew Agent 3s to be, and they're just want to chill that game and spot up in the corner, by the end of that game, because they didn't activate Agent 3s, they're going to lose progression on that badge. What do y'all think about that, man? Let's get to the chat. Let's talk about it. I think that covers perks. Oh, we're going to have performance multipliers as well. So let's get into that. Before we get into performance multipliers, let's get into the chat and find out, man, ain't this crazy? Man, type of news. 2K, are they failing in their marketing, or is this a W in the way in which they're marketing? Because you would have thought this news would have dropped a minute ago. Man, damn, $20 super chat from King of New York off the Henny. Let's get it. Appreciate you, King of New York. Salute to you, man. Salute to you and yours. Hopefully you're having a blessed Friday. Adam Clyde said, a slasher is going to require strength this year. Hold on, I didn't read that. They're saying Super W. What do we really think about all this news? And I can't front. I try my best not to cap. I'll give you the baseline. This is determined by where 2K adjusts those sliders. But if they have it equally effective for both offense and defense, we're looking at one of the best 2Ks ever released, period. And I will say that based off the information, not based off gameplay, because we haven't seen it yet. But everything they're trying to incorporate makes perfect sense to alleviate some of the main concerns that we've had with gameplay in the past. So losing badge profession is wild. Well, you won't lose your profession of the badge. You'll still be able to professionally use the badge, but you will lose your progression. Only L is the height tiers. Venors said $5 super chat. I have fridge protector S tier IRL. Keep up the grind. Appreciate you, Lenores. Appreciate that, Venors. Can't trust 2K or Mike Wayne. Byron said people at the community day are definitely saying positive things. This content worth the money, Brody. Appreciate you, King of New York, salute to you, man. What up, Dame? Max Hem said it's a big W. Nah, you good. I was just trolling you, MO8. No more RB, LB outlet passes? Why you say that? I didn't see anything saying that there was no more. Long progression sounds lame as hell. I don't know. I think it keeps players engaged. I think it helps with the idea that even if you lock in your player, you got to consistently play well to keep the badges that made you elite. What they're saying, I'll give you a basic example of what it seems like. Man, the system still seems, I'll break it down for you, Iverson. What they're basically saying here is that if you play a particular play style and you consistently play a particular play style, then you're at an advantage within that play style to increase your badge levels. If you begin to explore outside of that play style, then you're going to do that at the expense of the current badges you have to achieve badge progression for other badges you are seeking out, which will in turn equate to a different play style. They're basically saying if you want to stay elite, then continue being elite at your play style. If you want to explore, then badge levels are going to fluctuate. They're not denying you exploration, but those badges are going to fluctuate because you're exploring different play styles. So this is like the folks are saying, well, you're going to be denied the 5-out and pick and roll. And it's like, no, because there's going to be a lot of players that just want to be elite spot up shooters.
Let's go, coach.
And they're going to be elite because they're going to have the levels, the badge levels to make them elite because that's all they've done. They stuck to their play style. This helps prevent meta builds from forming.
Let's go, coach.
Big Red said no R1 L1 confirmed by Mike on Twitter. Thank you for saying that. So there we go. No R1, no outlet passes like that. Break starter gone, huh? I appreciate you letting me know. They go back to bronze. So yeah, so you know, for those folks that are new to 2K and you just kind of want to be efficient, then stick to your play style. What I like about that as well is that, you know, veteran players like to explore. We like trying different and new things, and even with a particular build, and we're going to have to do that with caution. And towards the end of the year, folks start, you know, slipping on a particular build. They want to have fun, so they're trying this and that. This prevents a lot of the goofiness from players, where if they don't want to sacrifice that particular badge level, they better stick to the program. So at least that's pretty much what it sounds like. It looks like. If I'm wrong about anything I said, please share in the stream. We can talk about it. We're just coring all of our badges, not necessarily, because these badges fluctuate. So you could look at it under this idea. If you want a particular badge cord, stick with your play style. And it's not the core system that we know it to be. It's floor setter system is what is the new core system, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's go, coachy.
But you could keep the badges at the same levels if you consistently play the same within your role. Not that you can't explore and do a couple plays here and there, but you got to pop off those badges that you have if you want them to stay at the level. And there should be a reason as to why you have those badges. Gone are the days of where folks just equip badges for no reason. And you look at their badge setup confused. Like, why do you have that badge? It's not in your play style. You don't even drive into the paint. Why do you have all that driving? So, you know, these are the things that we got to consider. We have way more than the 150. It's not 150. I made a video on it. A total of 555 playmaking animations, 350 new playmaking animations for 2K24. Heck confirmed that the 150 motion styles supposed to be for defense. We're gonna try and find out some more about that, because I would imagine that they would apply motion styles to offense as well. Wolf talked about it supposedly and explained how motion styles are in reference to defense. So interesting stuff. Yeah, I think 6'10" small forward gonna be slow. or what? I don't know. They had the sizes. I wanted to do a video on the sizes as well, the caps, but we don't know. We just don't know. And this is where these things come into play. Like, this is why I say, you know, everything we're reading sounds like a W, but we just news. I am not falling for the trap. I should be able to have fun on 2K just by buying the game alone. Let's not fall into the trap that you're not supposed to have fun unless you're spending way more money than just the price of the game. $4.99 super chat from Miko. What if you don't get the ball as a spot up stretch with Hall of Fame, Claymaker, Hall of Fame? It's interesting. It's interesting. It's a legitimate question. I imagine for scenarios like that, maybe they'll go on percentages, but it's facts. What if you just don't get the ball? How bad a hit is that going to make? Maybe the teammate grade, like he mentioned, is going to play a bigger factor, where at the very least, if you're building up your teammate grade, you can maintain the consistent levels of your badges. Stream glitch for 10 seconds or so. Thank you, Big Red. Hopefully that stream keeps glitching so you can keep sending those $2 super chats. And we're breaking it. I appreciate you, Red. Thank you for letting me know as well. It costs 400k VC to max out a build. Well, that's a lie. It's not gonna cost no 400k because I've paid 473,000 in 2K23. So I imagine it's gonna be way more expensive in 2K24. Rec randoms is gonna be the worst ever. Thank you for saying that, Leah Braun, and this leaves room for our Discord community. Did you hear that? If you want to save your badge levels, you want to save your teammate grade, you want to save your My Player that you're investing over $100 in, stop running with randoms, man. Come on out and join our Discord. Type !Discord in the stream. The link will pop up, and it's as simple as that. Get to know some players. Our Discord is a great place to find other players. 27,000 members in our Discord, looking to grow it every single day. Appreciate you sharing the Discord link. You're going to screw your badges up in Rec. People are going to be shooting crap shots to keep their badges. This facts. I appreciate that, Red. Just supporting your no VC grind. Ain't that something? Don't fall for the hype. Yeah, I love it. I'm excited as well. But just because we're excited doesn't mean we need to spend $1,000 on 2K24. It doesn't mean that. It ain't absolutely necessary that you got to spend $1,000. Explore, have fun, but it shouldn't be at the expense of your new car or at the expense of your new house, at the expense of groceries or your light bill or phone bill. Those things take precedence. Those are priorities. 2K is not a priority. This is supposed to be entertainment. It needs to stay entertaining. And it looks like it is going to be entertaining. It looks like it is. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the last portion of this report. And that has to do with performance multipliers. Performance multipliers. I'll give you an idea. Grade A student, and this for the Rec. In the Rec games finished with an A teammate grade or higher, badge level progression will be accelerated. It'll tell you how to unlock it. Up for the challenge. In Rec games against tough opponents, badge level progression will be accelerated. Performance multipliers are prizes that, unlike badge perks, provide benefits to all of your equipped badges at once, so long as challenges from the multipliers are met in their respective modes. Each of the 3 performance multipliers has 4 versions: the NBA, the City, the Rec, and Pro-Am, for a total of 12 multipliers. Grade A students, in games finished with a high teammate grade, badge level progression is accelerated for all of your equipped badges. Winner takes all. In games finished with a win, badge level progression is accelerated for all equipped badges. The up for the challenge performance multiplier, in games played against tough opponents, badge level progression is accelerated for all of your equipped badges. They're really trying to immerse us in this whole system. How deep are you finna dive? Still to be determined. We're waiting till the game drops, but this is where things get a little more complicated as well. Will 89 $5 super chat. Do we know if 2K24 will run at 120 or 60? That plays into the smoothness a lot, and I don't know. I wish I had a better answer. Appreciate the $5 super chat. I wish I had a better answer for you. Maybe someone in the chat could answer that. I don't know if Heck has an idea. Of All City Big Heck has an idea, or maybe All City Big Red. But this is where things get crazy too, because floor setters, is the core badge staying or going? I think it's going for something like floor setters. So that's what we're getting in right now. Floor setters are powerful prizes that are earned via season XP. And they're included with the free base pass each season. There are 18 floor setter slots in total, 9 for silver and 9 for gold. Now it's going to explain exactly what floor setters are. Adding a floor setter to a badge will prevent the badge from ever dropping below the listed badge level. Yeah, I get that. So we know badges are fluctuating. Throughout the season, you could earn something called a floor setter. You could apply that to a badge so that it never say drops below silver, or it never drops below gold. There's going to be 9 for gold and 9 for silver. So you could apply this to particular badges so at the very least they stay at gold. Super huge. That's super huge right there. And if your badge has not progressed to the level of the floor setter you want to apply it to, which is silver or gold, it will auto progress to that level. Of course, you need to have fulfilled the attribute requirements for the level. They are permanent and cannot be changed. If your player can progress beyond the listed floor setter badge level, they will not be prevented from doing so. So if you put a badge, say like blinders, and you floor set that to gold, but say you want to get it to Hall of Fame, you still can't progress that badge to Hall of Fame. But if it ever drops, because you placed the floor setter on that badge, it will never drop below gold or silver, depending on which floor setter you apply to it. So it is a lot to digest, but it needed to happen this way, because these are questions that would have come about throughout the year. So I think 2K was proactive in implementing these type of things into the game, and they don't have to worry about those questions later on down the line. You're going to be able to set the badge level, and you're going to get, there's 9 for silver and 9 for gold. So it is a lot to take in. I ain't going to front. I got a headache myself trying to take it in. We're pulling 2 hours into the stream. Best addition to the game is Fast Feet badge. Yeah, definitely a dope badge that they added. Well, let's take this full screen. That is the end of the Coreside report. We done went over everything in this stream. Pretty wild stuff. I'm gonna put that and go back full screen. Man,
Let's go, Coachy.
Cheesing. I would say that this information that we received today was probably better than any information that we received thus far. They gave us a glimpse into what the gameplay is going to be like. Again, all of this is irrelevant and mainly dependent upon where Mike Wang and the development team adjust these sliders. But man, this stuff sounds complex. It sounds like there's going to be a skill gap. So it all sounded good to you. Definitely all sounded good to me. Definitely. There's going to be some complications along the way, y'all. It sounds good on black and white, but $10 super chat, 100K on the way. Let's get it, man. Big hype for the 100K, man. Big hype. Now, it sounds complicated, and it is complicated. But if 2K, say for instance, has a problem with badge progression, one badge getting stuck at a particular level, the community glitching a badge, unable to get progress toward a badge level, this is where one little situation could collapse a whole new gameplay mechanic, could collapse a whole system. 2K has always had issues with progression, whether that's level progression or badge progression. They've always had issues. Maybe they get it right this time. If they get it right, man, if they get it right, best 2K, probably the best 2K ever released, if they get it right. Getting it right entails defense being able to keep up with offense, how the adrenaline bar loss, how big is the impact on converting after losing your adrenaline bars? Will they undermine interior defense? Will interior defense be effective? Would good positioning in interior defense be rewarded? Will hands up defense work? So many things can collapse this whole process. So many things. Because if you consider for a second that interior defense is irrelevant on 2K23, we're back to rim running. And then if we're back to rim running, what does a person in adrenaline loss mean? If they don't make the impact of losing your adrenaline, if you're still able to convert for 2 points after losing your adrenaline bars as a primary ball handler, that could collapse the whole process. So many questions that we won't get answered until we get gameplay. And even after we get gameplay, you already know we have to worry about a patch. And what's a patch going to do to all these new mechanics?
Let's go,
we could only hope for the best. 2K has enough information to make educated decisions on gameplay mechanics. They have enough information. I cut them no slack. There shouldn't be game-breaking flaws in 2K24. Will there be game-breaking flaws in 2K24? Who knows, man? Who knows? But I'm definitely, trust me, I got my fingers crossed. I want to be optimistic. I want to see greatness come back for 2K24. Hopefully, the 2K development team is going to deliver that for us. I'm ruining rims with my rim running. Rim running is fine. Stupid meter dunking is broken. Well, the meter dunking is fixed. It's green or miss this year. So dunk meter is for skilled players who are able to green those dunk meter dunks. On that note, yeah, we are close to 2 hours in. We done reviewed everything for 2K24 in the latest core side report. I'm gonna be vibing out today playing Call of Duty. I will be in our Discord. You guys are welcome to come through. Type ! Discord. I highly recommend that you guys join NBA 2K Lab Premium, especially considering how complicated this stuff all seemed to you, even though I sat here and broke everything down. 2K Lab is good for breaking down each individual badge and showing its effectiveness, giving you percentages. Same goes for individual shots. Use promo code ORCITY. rest of your day.